Okay guys, so in this video let's see that how do we display flash messages. So basically a flash message is a message that is of one-time use. So right now we see that we are on the register screen of the completed application, and if we provide an email here or simply we are trying to register a user here and we provide in the wrong passwords, that is both the passwords do not match, and if we click on register here, we see that we are getting this message here, that is password do not match. And basically this is coming from the flash message, and it is of one-time use because if we try to reload the page, then this message would be lost. So we can see here that we reloaded the page and the message has been gone from here. So that's what we are going to learn in this video, that is how to display flash messages. So for this we are going to use two packages, that is the Connect Flash package and the Express Session package. So let's go to our application here and let me install them first. So let me install them by doing npmi express session, and basically this express session would also be required by passport.js, that is for authentication. And now we need to install another package, that is the Connect Flash package. So Connect Flash like this, and let me install it, and in a moment it will install. So now we see our package.json file that we have both the packages already here inside the dependencies here. So let me close the package.json file, and now let me require those dependencies inside our app.js file. So const session equal to require session like this, and for the flash message, so connect flash equal to require connect flash. Why it's not auto completing, I don't know. Now it is. So now we have the Connect Flash package also. So now let me save this. And now where we are doing the initialization of the app, that is this part of code, we need to initialize the session also in the Connect Flash package also. So just after this we need to say, or let me make a comment here, that is init session, and now here we'll create our session, that is app.use, and here we need to pass in session, and here this would take in an object here, and it would take in some key value pairs, that is the session secret, and this should be some super secret, so some super secret, and this should be provided by you, and it should never be shared because it is a secret of the session. And instead of passing in the session secret here directly, what we can do, we can pass the session secret from the .env file. So let's create a variable here, that is session secret, and this should be some super secret like this. And now we can use the session secret variable, that is the environment variable here, instead of hard coding it here. So let's say process.env.session secret like this. And here we need to provide in two more properties, that is resave to be false and save uninitialized to be false also. So resave false and save uninitialized to be false. And if you want to know that what these two properties mean, then you can go to the to this Express Session npm package site here, or the npm site here, and if we scroll down here, or let me simply say resave, you can learn more about this resave and save uninitialized here. And basically typically we want to set it to false, as it is explained it here, that is typically we want to make this property as false because the default value is true, so we are manually making it false. And similarly for the save uninitialized, we need to make it false. So we see that choosing race will also help with race conditions, and you can read a lot more about this save uninitialized here inside the Express Session package here, but for now we can simply pass there false for both of these properties. And then we need to provide in one more property, that is cookie. So we are not going to use this cookie for this Express Flash messages, but since we are initializing our session, so why not let's initialize the cookies also. And here we'll pass here secure to be true, but you can only use this flag, that is secure true, only when you are using an HTTPS server, not an HTTP server. Since we are in the development mode and we do not have a HTTPS server, so we are commenting this out. But for production application, you should always use this property here, that is secure to be true, so that your cookies are only transferred on the HTTPS protocol, not on the HTTP protocol. And then HTTP only to be true, so that the cookies are not read by the browser by using document.cookies or something like that. It should only be sent to and fro from the browser to the server and server to the browser. So let's save this. And now since we also required this package, that is Connect Flash. So what we need to do after initializing the session, we'll say app.use, and here we'll simply invoke that is Connect Flash, like this. And now our Flash messages should be working, but still there is a lot more work to be done. So now let's go to our auth_route.js file, and let's go to this register route here, that is the .get register route, and here we'll be making our testing to the Flash messages. So this is only for testing purposes and it should not be in the final application. So now to work with Flash messages, what you need to do, you can simply save a Flash message inside request.flash object. So let me do it, and then it will make sense. So if we want to create a Flash message, what we can do, we can simply say request.flash, like this, and here we need to provide in the type of the message and the value of the message. And this type of the message can be any name. It need not be error only. It can be danger, whatever you like. So let me provide an error here. And the message would be some error occurred, some error, and we can have many other Flash messages. So request.flash, and this time let me keep the value of the key to be key only, and the value should be some value, like this. So now how to get the messages object from this request.flash thing? So we can get all the Flash messages by doing request.flash. So we can say const messages equal to request.flash, like this. And if we simply console log messages, we'll see not 0 like this, but only messages. We'll see all the messages that are stored inside this request.flash object here. And for testing purposes, let me provide some more key value pairs here. So let me provide another error message here, and this should be some error too, like this. And that would be all for demonstration. So now let me save this file, that is auth_route.js file. And now let me start our application. So npm run dev. So our app started, and we have an error here. And why is it so? Cannot find module session. And why is it so? So let's go to our app.js file, and we have this thing here. Oh, this should be express session, not session, but express session -session. So this was a typo here. So let me save this. And now our application has been started on port 3000. So let's go to our application here, and let's reload the page here. So we see that we are on the home route. So let's click on this register route. So now we are on the register route, but let's go back here and let's see that what we are getting in the console here. So we see here that we are getting this object here, that is coming from the request.flash thing here. Let me minimize this here. And basically we are simply making a log statement of this messages here. So we see that we are getting this object here. That is our error key contains an array of error messages, like this. As we can see here that since we provided 2 error messages here, so therefore we are getting an array of 2 messages here. And then we have one more key value pair, and that is the key here that we defined here, that is the key, and it is some value here. So it depends on you that how do you want to name your Flash messages, but by convention you can provide in some 4 keys here, that is the error, the warning, the info message, and the success message. So it depends on you that how you want to name your Flash messages. But in this video series, I'll be keeping the names as error for the error message, warning for the warning messages, info for some information to the user, and success for success messages. And there is one more thing you need to know about Flash messages. That is, as I've told you, that you can use the Flash messages only once. So if we do something like this, that is const messages to equal to request.flash. So you might be thinking that if I simply make a console log here of messages to like this, then I would be seeing the same error object. That is the Flash messages object here inside the messages to also, but that is not the case. And let me show it to you once. So let me save the application and let me reload this page here, that is /auth/register. So let me press enter and let me go back here. So we see here, that is, we see only the messages object here, and the messages to object here is an empty object, but these two are coming from the same thing. But the beauty of this Flash package is this, that we can use this thing only once, and if you use it twice, one after the another, then the second one would be an empty object because it is of one-time use. So this is how Flash messages work. So now let me remove this thing from here, that is messages to and messages and this thing here. And now let's see that how do we display the Flash messages inside our EJS template. So because as we see that we cannot see the Flash messages here, so let's see that how do we display these Flash messages. So for that, what we need to do, let's create a layout file for the Flash messages itself. So let's create a new file and it should be called flash-messages.ejs. And now here what I'll do, I'll create a template for our Flash messages. So firstly, we need to check if there are messages, that is, if this variable is passed inside our template here, that is the register template. So let's check it first. So EJS if locals.messages, then only we need to display this template here, that is the Flash messages. So now here let me paste in the messages template. So let me copy the messages template and let me paste it here, and here let me save it. And here you can ignore these class names, they are only for styling. And here if we look at the Flash object here, that is this object here, we see that it is an object containing key value pairs, that is there is some key and the value is an array of messages of this type of key. So since we have this type of key, that is the error key, so therefore we have an array of error messages. And then we have this type of key called key, and then we again have an array of some messages defined for this type of key. So it doesn't matter that how many messages are there for any type of key, you can display them. So that is what we are doing here, that is we are looping through all the keys contained in this messages object, because this whole is the messages object, and then we are looping through each of the key. So we are getting the key here. So if we look at this this piece thing here, so firstly we are getting this error here, so this error is the key here, and then from this key we are getting this array here, that is this array here from this messages and this key thing here. And then for each of the error messages defined in this array, we are again looping through, that is using the for each loop, and then we get the individual message, and then we are displaying it inside an li element. And for the class name, you can again ignore the class names if you are going to use any of the frameworks, but for now here for the error messages we have the class name of error here, because the class name would be error here if we are looking at this message here, and then we are simply displaying the message itself like this, that is a single message here, and then it will loop again. So again we have the second message, so it would be some error 2, and the some error 2 message would be displayed here. And then we'll be coming back to this key here, that is because we are using the for each loop on the object.keys. So this is how we display error messages inside our application. So now we need to use this Flash messages somewhere. So what we can do, we can go to our header.ejs file here, and we can include this Flash messages.ejs file. So let's open the header.ejs file and let me include that thing here. So let me copy it from here and let me paste it here, and the name of the template is flash-message like this. And now let's save this file here. It keeps on auto completed, I have to delete them. And now let's also save the auth-route.js file. So now if we go to this route here, that is /auth/register, then we want to see all the messages. So what we can do, we can simply pass in an object here containing messages like this, because our register template contains the header template and the header template contains the Flash message template. So therefore we can pass this message object here, and that would be used inside the Flash message.ejs file. So now let's save this auth-route.js. So now let's go to our register page here, and we'll be seeing the Flash messages there. So let's go to our register page, and if we reload the page, so we see that we are seeing this page messages here, that is some error 2 and so value. And we are not seeing the styling for this thing here because we have not styled the key thing here, that is this key message here. If we provide here info like this, then we'll be seeing the info message. And let me change this thing, let me copy and paste some more times. and this would be warning, and this should be I think success, like this. So let me save this, and if we reload the page, we'll be seeing all the flash messages here. That is some error 2, and these messages here. So this is how we display flash messages. So now we need to do one more thing, that is if we want to redirect the user and we want to display him a flash message. So how can we do that? So for that, what we need to do, we need to go to our app.js file, and here where we have initialized this thing here, that is app.use connect flash, we need to write a middleware here. So let me write a middleware here. So app.use, and here what we can say, we have the request, response, and next, like this. And here we can simply say res.locals.messages equal to rec.flash, meaning by that if we have not consumed the request.flash, then it would be attached to the locals messages object here. And finally, we need to call on next, like this. And now let's save this, and now everything should work fine. So let's check this thing here. So let's go to the auth route, and we have these flash messages. So let's not consume the flash messages here, and let's simply redirect to the login page. So let me do it like this, and here instead of rendering, what we can do, res.redirect, and it is only for demonstration purposes. So /auth/login, just to demonstrate that how do we use flash messages when we do redirects. So we see that we haven't consumed the flash messages, but we'll be seeing all those flash messages on the login page. So let me save the application, and let's go here. So let's reload the page, and we see that we are redirected back to the login page, but we see that we have all the flash messages since we have not consumed them inside the get register route. So this is how we implement flash messages inside our application. So let's go back and let's remove all the ugly looking lines here, that is all the unwanted lines here. So let me remove these things here like this, and this was it. So now that's all about this video. So in the next video, let's see that how do we validate the user input and sanitize it using the Express Validator. Since currently we do not have any validations on our server side, that is, even if the user sends both the passwords which do not match, we are registering our user, but that should not be the case. And even if it is not an email, we are already registering a user. So we can see that if we go to the register page now, and if we try to register something here, that is truly or trolled, whatever, on 12123, we see that we have registered this user here. As we see that the email is trolled, but this is not a valid email address. So we need to validate the user input that is coming from the user. So that's what we are going to do in the next video, that is how to validate the user input.